In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to use colors. Now, in Canva, there are ways you can go about colors, but I want you to understand that colors is one of the major um, components when it comes to graphic designs, because colors helps you to put your clients in the mood you want them to be before they read your information. And also colors also helps in communicating your message effectively to your client, and also it helps to achieve contrast. So now we're going to be looking at how can we color either a shape or a text in Canva. Okay, so now in Canva, the way you color a text and a shape is quite different. So if you notice here, I have this for the for as a solid color for the shape, and also here which I have a, and I also have a color for the text. So if you want to color a text in Canva, of course you have to select the text, click on this, then look for a color. So now these colors here are colors that are already on my document. Of course, I have two different shades of red, which is the shape, the love shape, and also the text. Then I also have white. But let's say you want to give this a new color. You can click on this plus here, then see the color wheel. Now with this color wheel, you can choose to go around colors, right? So you choose to go around colors here, then you use this slider here to check the variation of that particular color. So now I'm actually on blue, so I could do light blue, I could do dark blue, and you can see as I'm updating this color, it is actually updating here. So one other good thing with Canva is you can actually use this hex code to get hex numbers, get numbers and just impute. So yeah, so let's say there's a particular color code you see somewhere that is nice, so you can just come here and just type that, and and then you get the color. Now another good way is to use the eyedropper tool. Now with this eyedropper tool, you can choose to pick colors from within your environment. So you can see as I'm moving around, right, you can see it's giving me different colors, right? So it's actually a good tool. So for it, let's say I want to color this Sam this color, just click on this and you see it has updated. So it's a good tool to help really manage colors. Now for the shape, you can change the color from this option here, yes, and it still brings you back here. So of course we can see the plus button where you can choose to use the color wheel here to determine the color and also the variation. Yeah, but you can see on the shape here we now have two options, which is a solid color and a gradient color, right? On the text we didn't have this option, right? So you see there are different ways you can actually use colors on different objects. You can use colors on Canva. So in this case we have the solid, which is the one color represents one color, right, while gradient represents more than one color. So you see on this gradient part here, of course I have two colors. Now currently the color on my shape here is the mixture of this green and this color, right? That is why we have this. So these are just simply styles, right? Different kind of style. So if I move my mouse closer, you can see linear gradient. This is at 90 degree, this is at 180 degree, this is at 135 degree, then this is circular gradient. Now one good thing about this is you can change the direction of how you want this to look like. But before I do that, I would want to click on this color. Let me give it a dark color, right? So we get to understand. So now we have a dark color. We can easily differentiate this blue from this. So let me come here. So you can see that I can change the direction. So this is just a way to apply two or more than two colors to a shape. So I can still click on the plus, and add one more color. You can see the more I add colors, the more it multiplies here, right? So now we have three colors on this So I can go as well and make it four, but really unless you are dealing with complex designs or coloring, I think at most you should just have two when it comes to using gradient. So you can see I can delete this, right? I can come here and also delete it, so which is a very nice way. So I want you to just take note, right, that gradient gives your object more than one color. So I will go over this again. You can see the difference, right? You You can see the difference. So at the end, right, we're going to be coming up with a good design. But this is a cheat chart for you. Now, if you want to use gradient on an object or an image, it is good that you use two colors that are almost close to each other. So what I mean is, let's say for instance, I want to use green, right? I have this green here, yeah, then okay, let me delete this because I just want it to be two colors. So let me click on this, right? So let's say I want this green here, right? So to achieve a good gradient, I can copy this color code, right? Remember we talked about the color code when we're talking about text. Come to this place and paste this color code here. Of course, it's the same color, but I just want to give it a lighter variation. So this is a very good way to achieve colors. So you can see, so if I switch, this is also a very nice way to achieve. But when it comes to using a circular gradient, right, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. But for me, if I were to, of course, if I were working with a circular gradient, instead of having the darker part at the center, I would prefer the lighter part right at the center. So you can see, you can just hold and just move, right? Hold and just move. So let's just see what we can do with this gradient. So let's not forget that we can also give it still a border, still very possible. Give it a border depending on what we are trying to achieve. So let's just do a little design. Yeah, so let's just get a square, and I just want to just do something nice. So I have the square. I come here. Yes, I click on this plus and I go to gradient, right? And I just need a smooth gradient. So what do? My first color, I may make it blue. Yeah, I just need it. I want it to have this blue. They're the same color. Instead of coming back here to copy my color code, you can see that on highlighting on this, Canva is even giving me the digits. So I have 122276. So this is 122276. It's the same color. Then I can just make it lighter, which is very fair. So another way I can also do without coming here to get this color is I can use my eyedropper to select on the part of that dark shade, right? You see, it's almost close, right? Then from there I can choose to do something great. So let's say we have something great here, but I want it to be a circular version. Now I want the lighter part to be at the center, so I can just move this. Nice. So see, this is actually a very nice kind of design. So we could just do a write-up, right? So we have to click on add text. So let me say I am a designer. So can just stretch it, stretch it. And I want to make it capital letter. We talked about that. I'm a designer. Then I want the line spacing to be tight. Then for the font, maybe I'll use a font like Montserrat. Yeah. Okay, it has already updated. I can use I want the designer to be bold. Yeah, I am a designer. So you can see how we've been able to really get a good design here, just combining colors. So combining colors is good. So just a tweak to it. It's not as if, yeah, there are cases where you might use two different colors, but to be on the safer side, right, and to make your background rich, it's just very nice. You just use two colors that are close to each other.